obviously coming off of that result on the weekend, what have you seen in training so far this week?
Today is the first day in training. Again, very competitive. We work with the video on the last game, see the things that we were doing good and see the things that we needed to improve. So we try to put it a little bit today on training, on the thing that we were struggling on build up to move forward and to correct those mistakes and to be ready for the next challenge.
So what do you think were some of the biggest issues then in the build up from the last game?
I think we have rewatching the game between the minute 15 and the minute 45. Colorado pressed us high. I think we have the superiority inside. We didn't identify it well during these 30 minutes. We were constantly getting the ball lost at our half, and that put us under a lot of pressure. The stats also reflect the same thing, where you have the PPDA of the whole game 10, 9, 8, 7, but then you have 15 minutes where we are in 40 something. So we work on that. In the halftime also we adjusted, and it was a completely different game. So it's more like, okay, recognize the situations early, and when we see those triggers, how we want to act on that. That's what we work on.
Diego, do you watch the Olympic soccer at all? And if you do, like, what are you looking for? What do you look at when you watch the Olympic teams play?
Well, I watch Spain playing. I like to see what they do tactically. I like to see the small adjustments, but more than anything, when I'm watching the Olympics and I'm watching Spain playing, I want to see Spain win. That's what I'm looking for, to be honest. And then the things that I like, what things they do. So France a little bit, what they were doing, Spain what they were doing.
What impresses you about this Tampa Bay team?
Well, it's a very, very high pressing team with a lot of quality on top. Very good players that have goal, that are dangerous. Also very strong players coming from the bench. So I think it's a very complete team.
How much will your adjustments from the second half of last game play a role into this coming game?
Well, we hope that we get better on the ball. It's gonna be different because they are a line of three, so they will press us different than Colorado. But I think like he's building up the confidence and making sure that we don't repeat the same mistakes. Again, we expect a team that is gonna press us very, very high, and it's gonna be key for us to get out of the pressure good with the ball, and also to be able to, sometimes when they're putting a lot of pressure, to attack the spaces if needed.
Obviously Manuel Arteaga, a well-known face around these parts. Do you think that you're prepared as a team to face him?
If somebody knows Manuel Arteaga, probably our players. That's the good part. They were previous teammates, so they know how he plays. I think it's gonna be a game where he's gonna be very motivated, but also former teammates are gonna be very motivated against him. He's a player that is very difficult to cover, and it's a challenge for all the teams. So it's not gonna be different for us, but we are gonna work on it and how we can make sure that Manu don't score. But it's not only Manu the danger. That's the difficult part of Tampa. Also, Carl is a very good player. Also, the wingbacks are dangerous. So it's we need to see how we deal with Manu, but without forgetting that there are many other players around that are going to be very good.
Obviously, it's a team that, you compare it to the previous four teams that you've faced. You had three teams that were struggling. Colorado Springs were a bit more mid-table. Tampa Bay very much not that team coming in. Are you confident the boys can step it up to play a tougher team than they've been playing in recent weeks?
Yeah, I think Colorado it came in a different time. Colorado was really good. Lately they have struggled at the beginning of the season, but then they were a very good team. They had not lost again at home since March or April, since the very, very beginning of the season. So I think Colorado at home was a challenge. At their home was a challenge at their level that is going to be Tampa for us this week. So I think the team in that sense is ready. I think if we play like we played the second half against Colorado, we'll have a lot of chances to win the game.
Hey Diego, obviously last week Tomas Angel gets brought in and they want him to be a big piece of this team. What's this week been like getting him fully put into the squad as he had like 48 hours before playing 90 minutes last week?
Yeah, he had 2 days of training. Today is his third day with the team. We're very happy with him for being 2 days on the with the team and needed to play that first game. I think he did really well. He wants to adjust quick. He wants to have a lot of conversations on how his movement, how is the team, what they need to do, how his teammates at. So he's fully embraced and putting his best in order to try to adjust to the team as quick as possible. It will take time. It's not there is no magic also, and it's not gonna be. We are not gonna see the best Tomas in 2 games. That's it's gonna be a process to build him up and build the team, and the team get to know him and he getting to know the team. So we are very happy on how he's doing. We need a little bit of time also with him.
What kind of profile do you see in him then as a 9?
For me, he's a 9 that is a smart 9. He's a modern 9 in the sense that he can come and receive the ball in half spaces, turn around, help you a little bit in build up. He has good movements in the box, and he wants to score. So when you are attacking and when you are there, he's in the box and he's in dangerous spaces. So I see him a little bit that profile that can be a little bit shifty and mobile and smart also on how he interprets the game.
Obviously, after the game, when I spoke to you about putting him in to start so quickly after his arrival, you said that he's the 9 that you have here. Does that mean you don't really view Darius as a 9?
Well, Darius, we know we are using him as a 9. He has done a great job for the team and putting all his best. But from the beginning of the season, or not from the beginning of the season, but he's not the position that he has played the most. And also he expressed it himself. This is not the position where I have played the most. It's not the position where I feel more comfortable. So he's doing a great job because it's the situation that we have right now. But yeah, probably he's not the 9, or he's not as comfortable playing as 9 as other positions that he has played in the past.
Any updates on Remy Cabral, Montreal, and John Stenberg throughout the week?
Still very early in the week. Today is our first day back to training. So they are making progress. They are doing well with their injuries, but probably still too soon to know what's going to happen for the weekend with them.
Obviously, that was something that we were expecting some of these guys back maybe a little bit sooner. Have they suffered setbacks in their recoveries?
No, they didn't suffer setbacks. Sometimes it's also how much information you want to give away. So I think a little bit of that has come from us don't wanting to, especially at the beginning of the game of this, for us don't wanted to give out much information on them more than them suffering any setback.
So are any of these guys in the near future likely to be back, or are we talking about maybe the end of the month or even longer?
No, we will see some of them in the near future getting roster and starting to build up back again on the team in the very near future. Yeah.
Damian Barker-John got his first start in Rising Colors last week. What did you like from what you saw from him throughout the game? He played a lot.
Yeah, Damian is still a very young player, also a player that is adapting. I think he started the game well. He did a phenomenal pass to Azokar for the 1v1 that we have against the keeper. And then from there, I think in the second half, got a little bit more tired, and we needed to sub him because of that. He's adjusting to the level, he's adjusting to the intensity. Happy with what we saw of him. He's a young player, and he will keep developing, and we work on the things that he needed to improve from the last game.
After having a few weeks of travel, how important is it to play at home for the mentality of the players and also have that comfortability?
No, for us, always playing in front of the fans is very important. The other day in Colorado, there were a lot of fans that came to support us. That's amazing to see them there. Many times when we play at home, we don't see as many fans from from the opponent team. So we wanted to win there for them. We couldn't, and I think like this week for us also we feel a lot of responsibility because we feel their support, we feel their efforts, and we really want to win here at home to pay back to them also.